Little sunset. Look at this. American Dutch is coming by. Beautiful girl. Look at that. Can't beat that sunset. American Duchess. There she is. There she is. Pretty girl. My hand had quit shaking. Sunset. Oh yeah. Pretty girl. Sunset. Sunset right there, and there's a Sunshine Bridge. Sunset at the Sunshine Bridge. How's that? Not too bad a deal. Really pretty sunset. Really pretty sunset. We're backed in here. Finishing up, not finishing, waiting to do our tow work. We just got done up at Darrow and we're moved down here now. So, see how this goes. Who you up to, Wesley? What do you think, Wild Man? You on a live stream, dog?
Live, live.
You on a live stream? What do you think?
That's where we need to be right there.
I know that's what I was showing. I saw it when the sun went by, or in the sunset. I showed pictures of it. That's kind of cool. What do you think about it, Wesley? He said probably a couple of hours before they even get to us, man. Did you get that, Wesley? They said about 2 hours before they even get to us.
2 more hours?
Yeah, he said a couple hours. They got to do all their fueling, and he said their fleet checks and all that stuff, I guess. Took care of that ass, huh? Took care of that ass. Did you get any, what all he get? You get anything?
TV, got my camera monitor.
Did you get all that back?
No. My shoe collection.
It looks like I wish he got it back.
Yeah, he gonna think about it next time.
No, wow. All right, man. But sunset, man. It's a nice looking evening, man. Pull the shades. But yeah, we're right above Sunshine Bridge. Burnside, wherever Burnside. Up Pornhomus right there. Pornhomus. Sunshine Bridge. All that there. We are actually, what's at mile? 168.9. All right, Wesley.
Yes, sir.
We were looking for gators down here. See if we see any alligators hanging out. Hadn't seen none. Ship on dock. Oh yeah, you can't beat that. Can't beat that view. Not a bad deal. I just saw the sunset and I saw that American Duchess coming by, so I figured I'd get a quick live stream of that. So really didn't have plans on anything else other than catching them. I thought it was kind of cool. Pulling my shades. Evening, everybody. I'm getting lots of evening messages. I'm seeing them pop up, y'all. I'm sorry. I'm not ignoring everybody. I'm just where's the fishing pole? Somebody asked me where's the fishing pole. No fishing poles, y'all. No fishing poles.
Put hairs to it, put that in.
But yeah. It's one of the perks of the job right there. One of the perks of the job. But, yeah, we got tow work here. And then we go down to 164. We got to drop that one, or those two, and that one. We pick one up to go in the hole and moving that one there. and then we go on down to 164 where we'll drop pretty much all this, except for we're gonna have those three in one, and we got a Carrollton barge one of these, and then yeah, that's it. 6-pack out of 164. Not too bad. Won't be too bad. And get all these barges dropped. Get these barges all dropped. I kind of like it. Somebody wants to know, will I be in Winona soon? I'm about on the opposite end of the country of Winona. We're down here down here by the Gulf. I'm just what?
We're down there at 1900 Arrow.
What is that? We are about 60, 70 miles from New Orleans. About 70 miles upriver from New Orleans. So that's where we're at. We're down on the other end. Winona, maybe next trip. Maybe next trip be up there. This has been a long trip. I've already got 30 some odd days in, and I've still got another week. I got another week. Go live at Winona. Man, that's so far off. Someone wants to know if I can go live from me. I can, but I haven't. I got to be in Winona to go live from Winona. We're just on the opposite end of the river right now. Maybe next trip. Maybe next trip. We'll see how it goes. Really pretty. Golly. Yeah, I'm a fan. I'm sorry, I'm a fan. Winona, Burnside Terminal. Yeah. Somebody want to know what the starting pay is for deckhands out here? I really don't know. It's not my area of expertise. I'm not sure what the pay is, to be honest, for deck crew. I know they've raised it, but see, now that we're lined up to go, speaking of lines, we're lined up to go, all our lines rolled up and ready to head to the upper. This boat's ready, and that's what I've heard, is the chances of this boat going on the upper are pretty high this year, so we'll see. Ratchet stacks. Somebody wants to know, what did you go to college for? Chemical engineering. As a chemical engineering major. That sounds real great, but I didn't get a degree to prove that I knew anything about it, so there's that. I spent a good every bit of 4 years at college. I did one semester at junior college. Then I went to Southwestern Oklahoma State University, which is a small college here in western Oklahoma. I did a semester there, semester at WSE, semester at Southwestern, and then I did 3 years at Oklahoma State. And absolutely nothing to prove for it other than pictures and times. Actually, that was the deal. When I was going to school at Oklahoma State, I spent a majority of my time. I was working. I got hired to manage a photo lab there in Stillwater, and that was kind of what I got into. It was the photography. It was a photo studio. We did a lot of the E7 slides and a lot of the pictures in black and white. We did a lot of work for the university, so I got to see a lot of neat stuff. It was a really neat job, and I probably learned more from my jobs at college than I actually did from school. I definitely learned a lot. We had the processes, and that was back in the film and paper picture day, and we had to do all the chemicals that it's required to develop the film and process the prints. It takes a lot of chemicals to do that stuff. That was kind of how I got into it, because there was an engineering student that I was going to class with that was also working he was a photographer working at the studio, and he kind of knew my skill level and what I enjoyed. And my wife was working at the photo studio at the time. She was doing the scheduling for the photo studio, and I actually started managing that store and then started managing the photo lab, and that was what I did through college, was worked at a photo lab there in Stillwater. But And my son was born in Stillwater. And my daughter was born in Kentucky. My daughter was born in Paducah, Kentucky. So I've got that. I've got a cowboy and a wildcat in my family. Although I don't really think my daughter considers herself a Kentucky girl. She was born in Paducah, and before she was a year old, we'd moved back to Oklahoma. I think. I'm trying to remember where Shay's first birthday was. I'm pretty sure that she was first birthday was back in Oklahoma, but just beautiful. I mean, I can just sit and stare. I mean, I enjoy the views out here. I mean, it's just really neat. The water and the sky and the Sunshine Bridge. I think I mentioned the other day, I think that was the original Works Project Bridge to Nowhere type thing. I think there was a lot of money spent on it, but I don't know. I'll get in over my head if I go to talking about Louisiana politics. You get in over your head real quick, especially if I don't know a whole lot about it. But anyway, yeah, just a nice evening. I just kind of wanted to show the evening. I didn't really have anything specific to talk about. I saw that American Duchess coming by, and a beautiful sunset, and so yeah. Oh, somebody's an amateur. Yeah, the dark. Talking about photography. Somebody's making a comment talking about photography. Yeah, I did all that. We did the slides. I did black and white work. We did we had a 1 hour processor, photo processor, but I did a lot of the lab work. A lot of the color correction stuff. We had some customers that were really specific. We had a guy that refurbished Learjets that he sold to a lot of the Saudis back in the day. But he refurbed Learjets, and he would come in with the interior pictures for his sales catalog, and we had to exactly match the fabric or the leather and stuff. We had to match it, the color match with the leather. The pictures had to exactly match the color. And for those of you that don't know, especially if you go look at some of your old pictures and stuff, the colors can be real off, and some of them are real like mine. My hair looks a lot redder in some of them than what it actually was, and a lot of that's you would sit there when those prints are printed up. It's somebody sitting there making those adjustments. So a lot of that stuff was really whoever the operator was. So, yeah, pictures and stuff like that. Back in the day, if we didn't have all our color corrections set right, then we had to adjust it when we were doing the prints. You actually had a keyboard and your hands would lay on it, and then the prints would come through, and then you'd have the, different color combinations, and you'd adjust it according to what you saw on the negative. I could look at a negative, got to where I could look at a negative and basically know exactly what the picture was. Looking at negatives, your eyes just got used to that, where you could deal with, kind of, I guess, a brain filter where you kind of had an idea what you were looking at. But, we dealt with the exposure was the biggest thing. We'd adjust exposure. Somebody would have a really overexposed picture that was on the film, but we could adjust that exposure and make it a little better. Somebody would take crappy pictures, and we could make them look a little better, making the prints. But that was a process. There was a lot to that. I learned a lot from it. And the digital age now, it's a totally different thing. But there's a lot of stuff that still carries over. I try to frame my shots, as you can tell. If I'm talking about it, I'm jerking around. But a lot of that was more still photography. The videotape stuff was really we did some videotape. We had a video recorder that we'd rent out and such like that. But a lot of that stuff was just still photography that I dealt with. Yeah, Kodachrome, Exactachrome. Somebody's mentioning all those names that I'm familiar with. Yeah, the processes. What was it? The C6. I can't remember. I'm gonna those. The main process of film that you would get was, I think, C64 process. Man, I remember the E7 slide film that we dealt with. We dealt with because we had one of the only E7 slide processors in that part of the state at the time. Most of the time you had to have that stuff sent off, and we could do it all in the lab. So, talking photography. This camera on this phone, I've noticed, like I was saying this morning, in the fog, it cuts through the fog. It really brightens things up too. Actually, that almost looks visually exactly what I'm looking at. The color corrections and everything look really great on this. I noticed though also it picks up things that are darker, shadows and stuff. It picks up a little better. Yeah, I noticed that somebody's mentioned the frame of my shot for when I was coming through the bridge the other day. All that was I set my little tripod. I set it up on top right here. Also, then when it vibrates, it vibrated off the top of it. But I had it set up right here, and when I got it turned around, and I actually walked outside and was looking to make sure it was decent. But yeah, that was the shot, right there. I had it like that framed in. And actually, somebody mentioned the way it looked like a green screen. It really does. It looked different. The background was much brighter than what it actually was. I couldn't see the bridge pier. You can see the bridge piers as I was coming through it on that video. But visually, I couldn't see. I couldn't see it that good. It was really, I'm not much. The searchlight would have kind of washed out my field of vision, I thought. So I don't know. I just didn't use the searchlight, but I could see the pier. I could see the lights on it, and I could see what I needed to see. But as far as when I went back and watched the video, I was shocked how bright the bridge looked. How everything looked. It was actually before sunrise, and it was fairly dark. We got a big log floating down. We got a piece of drift. Oh yeah, big old tree. Big old tree. Well, where'd they go? Big old tree. There it is. Big tree. When I zoom in, my hand goes to shake. I'm too shaky with my hand holding it like that. Anyway, that's our evening. Thought I'd catch a little evening sunset with the American Duchess coming by. I thought it was really neat. So I caught a little of that. Waiting on Tug. A lot of standing by down here. Somebody wants to know, how did you get started working on the river? Go watch my morning live stream. Go watch the Foggy Morning live stream. I kind of explain a lot of it with that one. You can go back and watch it. I've got a lot of that on there. I do a lot of explaining that stuff. But anyway, we're set up here waiting. Like I said, waiting on our Tug. We'll be here probably most of this evening. And when we do get our drops and stuff done here, we just move down below the bridge to 164 fleet. So anyway, that's my evening, y'all. I really didn't have anything else. Somebody wants to know, are you just a trip pilot or no? I'm a regular pilot. I'm a regular pilot over here, captain/pilot. I'm regular with Western Rivers, but I bounce around boat to boat. Golly, radios. That's what it's like now. Constant radios. What was the question? I forgot. Yeah, see, I got sidetracked. I do that. What years was that OSU? OSU, I was at Stillwater. My son was born in 92, and I was there in 92. I graduated high school in 88. Like I said, 88. So that would have been, I guess, 80, because into 88, I did a semester at Wussy, and then Southwestern, I did that semester. And that would have been probably like 89 to 92-ish, somewhere around in there. It was, I know my son was born in Stillwater in 92, but I think, yeah, 92, 93-ish. I think that was it, 89 to 92, 93, somewhere out in there. We lived in Stillwater. And the place where I lived, if folks ask in Stillwater, I lived over on McElroy, right over, it's part of the, I lived a block from the football field, right over on McElroy, which that's all parking lots and development now. I don't even know. I live by the old baseball stadium over there. What was that old? I can't even remember. They've got the new stadium now. See, I don't get to Stillwater near enough anymore, y'all. I don't get to Stillwater near enough. But I do know that I used to live a little duplex that where me and my wife lived when I was going to school there. It's no longer, because I quit back to reminisce, and that place is no longer. It's all parking lots and part of the university now, where I used to live. Look at that. Come on, man. You just can't beat that. You can't beat that for an evening. What happens if I fall asleep on duty? You crash. Very well, if you're stopped. Actually, if I fell asleep right now, really not much of anything would happen. Obviously I'm sitting right here. But, yeah. Yeah, if you fall asleep and you're driving a boat, you're pretty much going to crash. It's about like anything else. They've got deadmen on some of these boats, and they're set up for alarms to go off and this and that and the other. But I don't know how much that's helped or how much that's. I don't know how many. I don't know that they can equate how much that's changed. I don't know. Yeah, it's already dark in Kentucky. That makes sense because we're further west and the sun sets in the west. That's why we got time zones. That came off a little smart alecky. But yeah, it's dark in Kentucky. I grew up in Oklahoma, so I would be working on the Ohio River way on the far end of the Ohio up around Weirton, West Virginia, up around there. And I remember I'd call home and it would be pitch dark where we were, and they'd still have another hour or two of sunlight back home in Oklahoma. So, yeah, that's time zones. Yeah, for all the flat earthers out there, that kind of screws that theory up, don't it? But look at that, man. I don't know. I can't get enough of it. Yeah, we're waiting in line. Somebody wants to know, they were watching this morning, want to know if we're waiting in line. We're waiting in line, but a different spot now. Actually, no, we're not waiting in line. We moved down. We were waiting in line to get down there below the bridge, 164, and we were going to try to do all this work down there, but this spot come open, and Weber's going to work us up here now. So we've got to work up here, and then we go get back in line down there. So, or we'll get in line from here when we get done. But we're not done here. It'll be a couple hours before they get on us. Their, crew changes, all that stuff. They got all their stuff that they got to do, and they'll get on us. Sorry, I can't. It's hard for me to see all on this screen. It's really not. I'm doing it on my phone screen, so reading the or the questions or messages or whatever, it kind of it moves up real quick, and I don't see them. I apologize. Hopefully no fog. I would be willing to bet there's fog in the morning. If I was a betting man, we're going to be sitting right here till tomorrow morning or till noonish tomorrow. If I was a betting man, that was what I would say. That we're going to be right here till about noon or so tomorrow. Because time we get done with this tow work tonight, and then we're going to have fleet delays probably to get down at 164, and then the way that feels out tonight, I mean, it just, you can feel it in the air. We're probably going to have fog in the morning, so I hadn't checked the weather, see what the dew point's supposed to be and all that stuff, but I would imagine that we'll probably get some fog. We'll see. Somebody wants to know if I've towed through Clarksville, Tennessee. No, I have not been through Clarks, Vegas on a towboat, but I've been I've been there. I've been to Clarksville, Tennessee before because I have buddies that worked on the river and I went and visited them. So I've been to Clarksville, yes. And actually, it was a birthday party on a tobacco farm somewhere around that area. I think it was, yeah, it was a big birthday party I went to, and that's been years ago. Years ago. Eric Slim Martin, for any of the guys, people that knew of him, worked at WKN and then worked at Ingram before he passed away. But he was a buddy of mine that I went and stayed with and hung out with him there. But getting dark. Getting dark. Getting dark. Well, it was busy traffic when I first came up here. We had ships going by everywhere. Now then, it's just kind of not a whole lot. Everybody got their movements done. But anyway, kind of cool. Kind of cool. Shine on the brass. Captain Mike's been working. This was all painted over. That was all painted over. It's a project he's working on. He's getting all this. He's getting all this brass where it had been painted over. You see, he's getting all that off there and getting it shined up. You know, kind of neat. Kind of neat. Shine up the brass on it. But yeah, it was painted, and actually getting that old paint off there wasn't. It looks a lot better. He's really getting it worked over. But that's a Captain Mike project right there. Captain Mike, he's a pretty good fella. Pretty good fella. He's due back, like I said, to Phil. Yeah, I'm on the Stone Strait. Beautiful Stone Strait. That's the boat I'm on right now. And this is the fourth boat I've been on this trip. So I started out on the William. I filled in for Captain Kenny on the William for about a week. I don't remember. It was maybe 5 days on there. A little short trip. And then I went and I can't even remember who I relieved. I relieved somebody on the on that Tate Oglesby. I went and caught that Tate Oglesby, which was on a rock run. We went up around on the Tennessee River up above Kentucky Lock on that rock run. I was on there for, I don't remember, we was on there maybe a week or so, and then we swapped it over to the Brook McKenzie. The crew swapped over to that brook because it come out of shipyard and the Tate went in. And I was on there for a couple of weeks, and then I've been on in here for, this will be a few weeks on here. So, like I said, I've got over 30 days. I've got like 35 days or so in a day. I'm not much more of a more than 30-day man, but I kind of made a commitment to come over here and fill in for Mike till he came back. So I'm here till about the 5th. Oh, yeah, somebody says they bring up the back. Yeah, this boat right here, man, this boat, I don't like. I'm not going to call it a bad luck boat because it's not. It's just there's been sequence of events that have been kind of, Captain Bill died right there. Captain Bill Winders, that's where he passed away. He died at the Sticks on this boat. And then my back, I had my back go out on me on this boat. I've had a couple of personal issues with the deckhands that I've had over here that were resolved. But just I had, and then this trip's been great, really, to be honest with you. I don't want to, but yeah, it was the back issue, and then Captain Bill, man. I was a little leery of the stone for a minute, but I'm not. I don't believe in bad luck. It is. There's coincidences that happen now and again in situations that you put yourself in, and that's all it was, just a coincidence. But yeah, Captain Bill passed away. This was the last boat he was on. Good fella, man. Good fella, Miss Captain Bill. But, yeah, not too bad a deal, y'all. I didn't really, this is, like I said, I picked up to do this little, it was going to be a little quick live stream. I didn't really have much to say other than it was a really neat sunset, you know? It was a really neat sunset, and I saw the American Duchess coming by, and I kind of thought that would be a neat opportunity to make a little live stream. So that's that, you know. These things take a little bit to the replay. The replay, I've noticed it takes a little while for it to upload on the replays of the live streams. But for those that didn't watch the morning live stream, I really talked about a lot of how I got started out here, stuff like that on that morning live stream. So, and I do have a lot of my videos edited and put together, you know, the normal stuff. So, oh yeah, somebody says haunted boat. Trust me, we've got that. There's definitely. I don't know. I'm not. I'm not a big believer in the ghosts and supernatural, but there's definitely some things on this boat that have been strange. We'll just put it that way. Been strange. There's been some, you know, there's some sounds and some stuff on this boat that are odd, and I don't know. They would probably be easily explained if you went to looking into them too much, but I think that's part of the fun of it is, you know, riding a haunted boat. I say fun. It's, to me, it's not, you know, I don't want to disparage or, yeah, it's a little bit too soon to be making issues or stuff like that. I don't know. Captain Bill's a good friend of mine, so I don't know. It just sounds weird for me to say that, you know, he's haunting this boat or something. It seems a little disrespectful because it seems like it's making light of a serious issue of a man that passed away on here. But I get it. You know, I get it. Anyway, it's getting dark. I can't see really well at all right here. That camera picks up really good in light and low light because, like I said, that's very low light right there. Switch on the lights and stuff. You get me rambling, y'all. I definitely don't have a problem talking. Side light. There we go. We'll get some light. Get some lights on this thing. We'll get some lights so we can see the head deck. Anyway, that's about it. Like I said, I didn't have a whole lot to offer other than just a beautiful sunset and some ramblings. Kind of neat. All right. Back to my chilling.